evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's your boy, Rumboyz Robbie. Whew, it has been a really long, busy Wednesday. It is hump day, but we are just about all the way through the weekday, halfway through the fantasy football season, halfway through the NFL regular season, just about as well. Week 10 is upon us. We are here to get those fantasy football lineups all set and get those right, answer your dying questions, get those trades, help you guys make that wonderful playoff push. Just so you know, this show is brought to you by Monkey Knife Fight and the Monkey Knife Fight app, available on both iOS and Android. Be sure to download the Monkey Knife Fight app. You gotta look for that logo right there that I'm pointing at. And you see the monkey with the knives, and it's a fight. Get on over there into the App Store, available on iOS and Android, and look for the Monkey Knife Fight logo for all your daily fantasy prop needs. We're going to match you on your very first deposit all the way up to $100 whenever you utilize our promo code right here, promo code Rumboyz. That's promo code Rumboyz in all caps. Make sure you guys head on over to promo code Rumboyz over on the Monkey Knife Fight app, or utilize promo code Rumboyz on the Monkey Knife Fight app for all of your daily fantasy needs. Also, get on over to the SportsMe app. The show is brought to you by the SportsMe app. You got a fantasy football question, you want to debate, or if you want to just try your hand at winning some cash, your take is your buying with our daily cash games. Get on over to the SportsMe app. SportsMe is sports you. All righty. Without further ado, let's get into our cast of crew. We got the homie St. Pat FF, and we got the homie Pangs Picks. What's good, fellas?
Life is good. It's Wednesday. It's a holiday tomorrow. Happy Veterans Day, and thank you to all who have served, including you, Robbie. Let's have a great day.
Hell yeah. Let's have a great day.
Hey,
including Pang. Yeah, I was going to say.
I did not know that, Pang. Thank you.
Oh, why do you think he makes some of the weird jokes that he does? Can only make those jokes if you've been deployed.
I actually kind of forgot it was the birthday, but someone messaged me, and obviously when you have Marine friends, everyone spams you about it, like, "Hey, it's Marine Corps birthday, Marine Corps birthday." Like, yeah, it is.
It's just the Marine Corps birthday, not my fucking birthday, asshole. Yeah, no, it's definitely still important. No, definitely shout out to all the veterans. Thank you for your service. All of our brothers and sisters in arms, we thank you. Let's go ahead. Let's start setting this off because I see the chat's already going crazy. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the rum boys and girls, what it do. Dilly dilly. Woo! And now I'm going to wait. All right. Leafs defense is asking right out the gate. Pick 2 wide receivers and a flex. 10-man PPR. DeAndre Hopkins, Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Deontay Johnson, Darrell Henderson. I already know where I'm going to go with this one. Let's start it off, Pat.
Give me F1. Give me Deebo. And if Kyler is playing with Hopkins, give me Hopkins. If not, give me Henderson.
Okay.
I want to say Deebo, Darrell Henderson. I want to go with Terry McLaurin coming off the rest of the game, but I would also go with Deontay. I don't. Much as I want DeAndre Hopkins, I just don't know how I feel about him coming into the week questionable right now. And we both know that Deontay Johnson and Terry McLaurin are target hogs. They have probably one of the highest targets per game per week. I think they have it way more than DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I like your take. What you mentioned there, Payne. Deontay Johnson, he's going completely insane as well. If I had to pick 2, for my receivers, I'm probably gonna go Deebo Samuel. I feel like I want to go either Terry or Deontay. Hopkins, you're just wondering, you're hoping that he's fully back healthy. Whoa. Okay. You're hoping that he's back fully healthy. In that scenario. As for the flex, I like tossing in Henderson at the flex.
Yeah, I think Henderson is a must. I think out of all those guys on the team, he's probably got the best probability of getting a touchdown.
Yeah,
I think that's why we like him. I just don't think we were thinking of that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you and I we agreed on the McLaurin side of things, and the McLaurin depot.
Yep, I think we're all set there. It's just where's that third spot going?
Yeah.
And if you're interested in starting Hopkins there and you're concerned about it, Henderson would be playing Monday night, so you have the time to swap him into your lineup at the flex.
Exactly. The homie Matt. What up, Matt? He said he's scrambling. I don't know what to do anymore. My trade senses are tingling. Oh, hey, drop what you want. Would you move a 2022 fourth for Kylan Grayson? Pat?
Yes.
Payne disappeared on us. A 2022 fourth, yeah, probably, yeah. If it's a fourth, if it's just a fourth, yeah. Especially this early in the game, I don't give a fuck about fourth round pick.
He's shown enough to be like, okay, I want him. He needs to be rostered. I'll give him a fourth if I need some future at tight end.
Steelers Nation. That's because it's fucking cold here in Colorado. It's cold tomorrow, so probably once we get into like a crazy question or something that requires one of these guys, some time, I'm gonna just open up this door really quick, hit that switch for the heat to come on and get the heat running. But yeah, and plus this jacket is comfortable as fuck. It's like literally my favorite. Massive Pat, Ping and Pat. Pat Freiermuth has been killing it in fantasy. Keep him on your roster. Yes. When I went into the waiver wire episode that we just dropped, make sure you guys go back, even if you don't need the information anymore. Support the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Hit that like button on that episode. Drop a comment underneath there. Pat Freiermuth, he was sitting at, I want to say, what was it, like 51% rostership. So make sure you guys go ahead and you go and get him if he's still available in your leagues.
No, and he's good, man. We were coming into the season saying that he'd be interesting to have if Eric Ebron took a step back, if Eric Ebron continues to be injured. Heath Miller 2.0 wasn't a joke. That guy, once tight ends kind of start getting to rhythm, the league is now much more appreciative of pass catcher tight ends. Something I don't think that we saw years ago. That's why everyone has that stigmata of it takes tight ends years to get good. No, the league just didn't freaking use them unless they were like all-star Hall of Fame type guys. But now we're seeing these more, I'll say mediocre, but like above average tight ends just come in and do work.
Yeah, on this, while we're talking about the Steelers, I just got a sleeper push notification that Chase Claypool's toe injury is not season ending, but it is definitely week to week. So plan on being out without him, which bumps up Pat Freiermuth even more. I think he really took over as Juju stepped out. Even though Juju wasn't commanding a ton of targets, it was enough to open up some things for Pat Freiermuth.
And how what Klug was saying would maybe crack up was that he said like Steelers is Chase Claypool's East Coast Mike Williams. Just like a big body, like just crashing to the floor on every catch. And I'm like, no wonder why I didn't really like him. I was like, he just fucking reminds me of Mike Williams, like this guy that could be good, but like,
well, now he is good.
Does that mean he's going to get like 1,000-yard season next year with like 2 touchdowns?
I mean, like Claypool
just kind of balance it back out, and then
like Claypool and McWilliams are those big body guys that physically just like slap cornerbacks. But the issue with those guys is like they end up with these weird like 4 for 7, 2 for 5 for like 70 yards and a touchdown, and you're like, that's good, yeah. Like that's all you do. Like you're like, yeah, that's good. But you're if you're playing. Everybody's league now is either half PPR or full, so you don't live off 2 fucking catches anymore. I mean, 70 yards on a TD is always still nice though, but like fuck, it sucks. Sometimes you get 50 and 2 catches at 50 yards.
So that's the difference between 16 points and 20 points for your wide receiver.
All right, give me some options, please. Eckler and Hollywood for Tyreek and Elijah Mitchell. Big decision.
Fuck. I wouldn't do that trade. And the reason I wouldn't do that trade is because I think Hollywood is discounted a lot more than we want to give him credit for. Mm-hmm. He's had the most consistency of games, and I jerked him off on fucking Sunday when we were coming into the fucking the draft. I was like, guys, like I get Bateman's great, but like Marquise Brown is the one this year, might be the one next year. when he catches a pass, it's that 30-yard separation. Things that just don't make sense. Brown's doing it. What do you do? 9 and 12 on 100 and something yards? Like, he's the guy. And Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes aren't in sync right now. They're not consistent.
They're not, yeah.
And you're paying a lot for it. And I think with Eckler, and that's the other point, Eckler is Eckler's just straight up better than Elijah Mitchell. Eckler is a top 5 running back for the rest of the season. Yep. He gets about 17 total touches, but 5 of those are targets. You know, could score via running, score via pass catching. Like, I couldn't. I know on paper we want to take Kyrie Kill because that upside's so fucking sexy.
Because it's a name. It's a name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he gets like 40 points one game, and you're just like, fuck, I'm going to win this week. But there's just been games where he puts up 5. And hell, even last week I took Travis Kelce, and it actually ended up working out. I mean, I want to take fucking Hill every game, but it's not working in that paper.
Yeah, I'm not doing the trade for every reason that Payne said.
Same thing, and then the same thing with Elijah Mitchell. Like, you got running backs in San Francisco getting healthy again, so much so that they're not even activating Trey Sermon anymore because there's so many other guys that they want to play more than him.
Oh my God! Speaking of that, good point that you brought that up. Fucking Rams and the 49ers found ways to waste draft picks, and I don't understand how they fucking do it. Tutu Atwell's not being used, and Trey Sermon's not being fucking used. I'm just so
like at that point, just draft a pass rusher in the second round. Take the best available pass rusher and have him sit for a year, come in for 30% of plays on defense, and just let him develop.
For a team that needed cornerbacks so badly, you think the 49ers would have just drafted like 4 corners and just hoped that it would work out. I'll fucking know. They said they went with like 17 running backs coming into the season, and they cut like Wayne Gallman and shit. You know, I don't know. You can't even get into that. It's just ridiculous.
Okay. All right. Pick one at flex, full PPR. Ayuk, Renfro, Mitchell, Judy. This is where I go Mitchell, or I'm either going Mitchell or Renfro here. For you instead of this. Part of me wants because PPR wants to go Renfro a little bit more. Pat,
it's going to depend on where big play Slay is. I kind of want Judy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Judy commanded a big target share last week. Pushed Sutton to the side on his return.
6 or 69, which is just funny. I wanted to write like a joke about that, like in my articles, like yeah, you know, like 6 or 69, wink. Like it's just.
I don't know if I'm ready to fully commit to it, but I really like Judy this week, especially if he does not get Slay on him.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think my order would be just because it's flex and I want the safety play, Renfro, Judy, Mitchell. I don't want Ayuk still. Ayuk is inconsistent right now. And at least with Renfro and Mitchell, at least with Mitchell, not necessarily Renfro, Mitchell has the potential to hit a TD. I think that's just valuable. And he's probably going to get like 15 touches. So give me Renfro, but Renfro, then Judy, and then Mitchell. I think that's the way I'm going to go. I just want that safe, like 6 for 60.
And Rams defense has been stifling.
Yeah.
So like Ayuk Mitchell is kind of coming into it. Unless like the Rams get off to a huge lead and then they're just playing catch up.
Well, you guys kind of started tiptoeing into his second question. Rams versus 49ers, Ravens versus Dolphins, Titans versus Saints. Which defense do you guys feel the most comfortable starting this particular week?
Paying
out of those options.
Oh man, this is gonna be tough. I would normally say Ravens Dolphins, but I'm not a big fan of Thursday games. I'm also not a fan that the Ravens played quite a game to top it off. But
you know it, Matt.
Thanks, Hoof. I'm gonna say give me the Rams against 49ers. It's very close that I want to say Ravens, but Jacoby Brissett is playing, so I want to say give me Rams and 49ers, but then with the close second to Ravens. I don't trust the Titans to the Saints. I just don't trust what goes on in that game at all.
Yeah, I don't. But,
go for it, Robbie.
No, my fault. Go ahead.
No, you go for it.
No, because I'm gonna look up some things really fast.
All right. I definitely want Rams over 49ers or against the 49ers. I think they're going to provide you the best floor from your defense. I don't think they're not giving up more than 17 to 20 points against that 49ers offense. You're good for at least a few sacks from that front. Hopefully Von Miller's active and ready to go for them. And then they also have the chance to create some turnovers. So
they also just got embarrassed too, right? So
yep, I feel like well, did the Rams defense really get embarrassed?
Kinda.
In a way. In a way. Like
they had a drive that started like within their own 5.
Yeah. I'm not saying they got like straight up beat, but I mean like the Rams as a whole got embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the Rams defense but I'm saying the Rams as a whole got like embarrassed. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to catch that win.
Take away the second quarter and that it's all even in the Rams.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that was created off of Stafford having 2 poor choices back to back.
I think that this is such a fair question to ask with all options available. You know, like you mentioned, Pat, Von Miller, the potential of having Miller and Ramsey and Donald all on a field together, to create fantasy points. It just sounds like a wonderful time. The Ravens against the Dolphins. I mean, the only gripe there is it's a Thursday night game, but you also don't know which Jacoby Brissett is gonna show up. Titans versus Saints. The Titans are on a hot streak. Yeah, Brissett. I mean, the Titans versus Saints. With the Titans, they're on a hot streak right now. That defense is hot right now, and you like a defense that's hot, especially heading into like the real NFL playoffs. If a real NFL team is starting to get hot now, you kind of want to start getting getting with the go. But I think I like the Rams. I think the Rams is the best option. What if it was Eckler and Beasley instead of Hollywood? Then do I pull the trigger? So I feel like you want to keep Eckler. Like he's the only first rounder that's healthy and that's left. Like him and Aaron Jones are like the only first rounders that you drafted as first rounders that are still returning value.
I mean, he's getting Tyreek Hill. He's gonna have Tyreek Hill and Elijah Mitchell and Hollywood as like a lineup. That's pretty sick.
That is sick. That is sick.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it.
Hollywood. I'm not doing it, but I can see the appeal of it.
It depends on your backup running backs, Matt. Like if your other running backs are like RB2s, born RB1s, and that's your backups, like I'm fine with that. Because if you're running in there with 2 other running backs, then yeah, go for it. Because Tyreek Hill will, if he goes into the fucking playoffs and starts putting up 16, 20 points, that's just gonna be great. But if you don't have any backup RBs, then you're kind of fucked because there's a good chance Elijah Mitchell just stops playing.
Yeah. That's the scary part of it is what happens to Elijah Mitchell. Anything like Shanahan can just choose to go with the hot hand, and all of a sudden he's game scripted out, and
exactly
you're left with a four carries for 11 yards and 1 target for 0 receptions.
It's legit why I don't draft any of those guys.
Nope.
If you're sitting on like a David Montgomery coming back or a top end CMC coming back from injury, maybe, but if you're sending away your RB1 for it, I wouldn't do that. Your RBs win you leagues.
Yeah. Trust Colts defense versus the Jags. Yes, the Jags will go back to being the Jags this week. Things will go back to being right in the NFL this week.
And the Jags only scored 9 points.
Exactly.
In their win. Like if you're facing that as a DST, great. I'll take the 6 points for holding them to 9 points.
Exactly, yeah.
Plus whatever else I do on defense.
How do we feel about Josh Reynolds to Detroit? Not an impact. Detroit does not get an impact player. Detroit doesn't have impact players yet. I mean, outside of Hawkinson and Swift.
Yeah. I think this is something you see developing next season and maybe in the playoffs, but fantasy playoffs towards the end. But I'm not excited about this. I'm not excited about anything that goes on in Detroit.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't trade away DeAndre Swift because I'm not excited about anything going on in Detroit.
Detroit's
20-team
poverty. Yeah, Detroit's poverty.
I need 10 to 12 teams on bye to play Josh Reynolds or to even
10 to 12
The-
teams.
the-
You need the NFL to be on a bye week.
I need COVID protocols just to be disregarded by
Josh Reynolds
everyone.
versus Bishop Sycamore.
Oh fuck. Yeah, no.
I don't even think against practice squad teammate. Like
the team is as dirty as the city itself.
That's fucked.
It's rebounding.
Oh, he's got. Oh, okay, yeah, he's got Dalvin and Daryl.
Yeah, I would make that.
I'd make the trade then.
Yeah, if you really need help at the receiver and you're getting Tyreek Hill, I think that's good because Tyreek Hill's worst game. I don't have the stat line, but I don't think it's anything like terrible. And he maybe had one or two of these games. I think his average games are still 10 points plus.
Here, let me. I will literally cross-reference that for you right the fuck now.
I know he had one game where they double teamed him for like basically no stats, but that was like 1 or 2 games. Oh, Robbie died. All right, we're gonna.
I got it. Tyreek Hill. He has had 3 games under 10 points this year, 2 more games under 15, and the rest have been 20 bombers.
Yeah. So if you're a full point PPR, you have a 4 for 37, terrible. 12 for 94, great. 6 for 49, mediocre. With a rushing attempt for 20 yards. It's not the worst. 9 for 76, and a touchdown. 7 for 63. Like, yeah, these are serviceable stats that I don't think that Beasley will consistently put up. And I think that's fine. 11 for 186 and 3 touchdowns, which is not going to happen. But
Tyreek is a league winner. He's the type of guy that can go for 3 touchdowns during the fantasy playoffs and carry your week.
A 20-pointer, a 40-pointer guy.
Yep, he's going to be just like that. So we don't have control over StreamYard, so we can just continue to read chat ourselves, but we can't pull it up on stream. Yeah. Matt says he had a dud week 2. I think yes. Yep. Baltimore shut him down during that primetime game. They said beat us with something else other than Tyreek Hill, and they attempted to go with Kelsey and McCole Hardman, only to have
his week 2 and
MVP
week 9
Lamar.
were his week 2, week 9 were his worst weeks. Other than that, the guy has 5+ catches every week. It's going to be decent, and in order for Mahomes to bounce back, he has to have Tyreek Hill. Sorry about that.
There's something about like the last 6 weeks going for like 70, 75 targets. Like he's just getting peppered, and although he's not getting hit with the deep ball like we're used to from him, he's getting that volume.
Yeah, I think
he shifted the same way that like Hollywood Brown shifted.
Exactly, like over the middle type of guy.
Where Hill has always had kind of that a little bit of volume to it, a little more volume than like
ask Gaskin or Bateman at flex.
Fuck, that's tough. I want to say Gaskin.
I want to say Bateman because I think that we see the Bateman breakout.
I also think this is the week we see a Bateman TD.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to say Bateman as well. I don't trust Gaskin.
And those are both Thursday night players in the flex. That's great.
Yeah.
Like if you subtract Gaskin's touchdown, he only really had 9 points, and I feel like that's what Bateman's going to put up anyways.
Well, I mean, obviously, for yeah, go ahead, Peng. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I think that's what we go with. We want to go like Gaskin had a nice week, but he got a touchdown that he most likely won't ever receive. You know, like I'm not guessing when he gets touchdowns. Like that's gonna be like a 5-1 bet if fucking Gaskin gets a TD for me every week. Give me Bateman. I think he's gonna be a consistent 60 to 80 yard guy on 4 catches. And I think he may or may not get a TD. So I want Bateman.
Yeah, and then what you do is Jay,
I think this is Andrew's game, but because tight ends are really good against the fucking Dolphins.
This is true. This is true. I'm gonna go Bateman. Here's what you do though. You take one of your other starting receivers, your 1 or your 2, put them at the flex and put Bateman into the starting spot. So that way, you know, you have that flex like available and yada yada yada, so on and so forth. I mean, but honestly, unless you like clearly know that there ain't no way that you're starting anyone else, you know, then boom boom. You don't got to worry about constructing your roster that way. I really want Tyreek. I might make the trade. You guys think Dalvin will finish the season out? I personally think so.
Yes, I think he finishes it out. Worst case, pick up Alexander Madison and just go with it. Because he should either be on your waivers at this point. I don't think people are holding him still.
Of course.
I'd rather not talk super much about Dalvin Cook because I think that it's a very, very messy situation. A lot of he said, she said. And let's go back to just bashing Rodgers on that instead.
Yeah. We need details ironed out. Only thing, yeah. But I think he does. I think he might finish out the season.
Yeah.
Given
Nothing's going to happen this year.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on?
Alleged domestic abuse by a former girlfriend of Dalvin's, but then alleged
breaking and
entering by Dalvin and attempted extortion by her.
No, not breaking and entering by Dalvin. Breaking and entering by her.
By her to Dalvin's house.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And alleged physical abuse by her.
She maced this man twice.
And the other girls that she was with.
And maced the guest in the home.
Yeah.
And held him at gunpoint.
Hostage until she got like what she wanted. If that's fully true, which everything lines up, like the pictures look like it's from that same incident where she got beat up because she literally was doing this. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
I don't support hitting women, but
I don't support fucking getting held up at gunpoint either.
And trying to be extorted for millions of dollars.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get it.
Breaking into my house with a fucking garage door opener? No, crazy.
A stolen garage door opener.
Yeah, stolen garage door opener. Like crazy.
Someone snagged Madison today. Fuck, that sucks.
As long as they didn't kidnap him and hold him hostage. All right. But I don't think anything comes of it right now.
Yeah. Right
Everything's
now.
just being filed, and
our boy's Justin here, man. Hey, man, we hit on the Dolphins, dog. We fucking hit on the Dolphins. I was cracking up. I was like, my bet's already in. I might be fucked. I can't believe that shit hit.
Yo, Justin, we just start asking Justin, what are your upsets for the week?
No, but I mean, he was with me on the Dolphins before the whole Tua news, and when the Tua news came, me and we're like, "Fuck, I think we're screwed this week," and we almost were. We it wasn't a clean win, so it was just funny that we hit it.
This week is going to be interesting. I'm interested in how it'll turn out. Like for tomorrow, for example, obviously I'm going to go the Ravens.
I'm going to Ravens. My bets this week have been. I actually almost had a perfect week last week until the Rams decided to just show up and suck ass. Which is something I hate about dealing with the Titans, because the Titans is that kind of team that will just randomly show the fuck up. They do it every fucking year. It's always annoying.
I had an awful week last week. Yo, the Bills play the Jets this week. Could they get double upsetted?
I'm not playing that bet.
I'm not playing that.
No, I'm not playing with Josh Allen right now, man. I'm just not. None of the elite quarterbacks are putting up eliteness besides Lamar Jackson. He's the only elite quarterback, him and Rodgers and obviously Tom Brady. But out of those other random guys like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes and shit, none of those guys are putting up.
Nope.
Chubb is not playing.
Yeah.
A positive COVID test, he's not.
No, there's no way.
It's not coming out of your system for 2 negative tests 24 hours apart.
Yeah.
By Sunday. Nope. So no Chubb, and that's no Felton either, right?
And a lot of people are trying to do a double down on Dearness, and I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing another Dearness week.
Oh, I'm gonna do another Dearness week. I'm gonna do it.
If it's DFS, yes. In my leagues, no.
Go Dearness, Mike White, and DFS.
Oh wow!
That'd be fun.
And watch that be a fucking lineup that hits.
Yep. You heard it here first.
Teams did rather well last week. Everybody with Kadarius Toney. Fuck me, man. Fuck. What happened to Toney? No one ever. They're not using him anymore.
Yeah, they're not going there. I don't know. Jason Garrett's a fucking asshat. So what do you expect? When's the last time that you were like, I could trust Jason Garrett with confidence to call the right plays and make the right decisions. Even when they had fucking Saquon healthy, it was like, it was still fringe.
Yeah.
Fringe as
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah, that's another top end back that I am out on. Completely out on. I will never draft CMC again. I will never draft Saquon again.
I would draft CMC again. Definitely not the first overall, but I would draft him again. I probably won't draft Saquon again.
I draft CMC as a RB2. back in of the fucking first.
If
I'm
you're
riding
one,
out with Saquon, the one
Would you
Saquon
take-
share I have left.
would you take Chubb over Saquon? Sorry, not Chubb over CMC.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's where my line is, like where I would have to really hard think on it. I think Chubb is one of the best backs in the league by all far, but him not receiving passes is a hindrance to him just as a player, not alone as a fantasy, but as a player.
But CMC's repetitive injury bug, has just hurt me so much.
We have to ask the same
Chubb
thing about Chubb, though.
Yeah, Chubb is missing games too, man.
Chubb
That's
missed
other
games last year. Chubb's missing games this year due to injury.
Oh shit! This question came up. I didn't even see this. Elijah Moore, Gallup, McKissick, Jacoby for flex.
McKissick, then Moore. I want nothing to do with Gallup or Jacoby.
I want Moore over McKissick.
Okay, that's fair.
I almost wanted Moore over McKissick, but I couldn't go Moore over McKissick just because it's like the Bills are going to come back with a vengeance.
I think what Moore can do though is get those cheesy catches.
Yep.
I just don't think he gets 2 touchdowns this week.
He doesn't get 2 touchdowns.
I think what he gets is like, and I use 6 for 64, or 5 for 70 kind of shit stat. That is really nice to have. But I really like McKissick's usage week to week than I like Moore's. I think McKissick has been ridiculously utilized. Guy can catch 10 catches to receptions for like 10 yards, and he's winning.
Is Waddle a good play this week as a flex? If you don't have any other options,
I think it's fine. Waddle plays over in the middle anyways a lot, and he's going to be like cheap. He's just going to get those. And I said it last week coming into Sunday. He's going to be that random asshole that gets like 10 catches for short yardage. And I think that's what Waddle does. He just gets shit catches for shit yardage, and that's going to be fine. Because that's the only way for the Dolphins to play.
Waddle's last 4 games, 13 targets, 8 targets, 11 targets, 10 targets with 2 different quarterbacks.
The fucking guy he set a record this season. I think it was like the most catches for the lowest yardage in like NFL history. Like it's not a good fucking stat, but in PPR, if you're getting 15 catches for 52 yards, that's winning you.
Yep.
He
had the 10 catches for 70 yards and 2 touchdown game where he just got peppered the entire first half.
There's another game where he caught the most
12 for 58.
Yeah, 12
against the Raiders.
That's crazy. That's wow.
Yeah,
and then they kind of figured out how to use him a little bit.
This guy set the fucking bar so low. Oh, what a catch is! And I think that's what Waddle does. Nobody on this team can unleash the ball yet. So just expect that to be the game. And Harbaugh is going to play against the deep. He's not going to play for short yardage. He doesn't give a shit about short yardage.
Here's the problem with the OBJ to Seattle narrative, Matt. Okay. He has to be. Do you see Odell being comfortable with being a 3?
Does that make the Seahawks any better?
And does that make Seattle any better? Here's the problem with OBJ to any contending team. He has to accept being a possible 2 or 3, and that's not going to go over well for Odell. He ain't beating out either of those receivers on that specific team listed in that comment. And he doesn't make any contending team better.
So I disagree on one thing. I think OBJ reminds me in a way of Boogie. That people said Boogie doesn't want to play as a 2. But I said it years ago when he was on the Kings. Boogie would not mind playing as 2 to someone he thought was actually better than him. And that's why he went to the Pelicans. They were great for that 20-game span they played together, or less than that because he got injured. But when they were together, it was monstrous. They were getting like 28 rebounds between the two. I feel OBJ's that same way. OBJ, I think, doesn't mind playing second fiddle to people he thinks are legitimately better than him. So if he, like, let's say he ends up on Green Bay, he won't be an issue saying that Rodgers and Adams know what they're doing. I think the issue he had was Baker doesn't know what he's doing, and I was drafted ahead of Landry, and I'm better than Landry, which is much I admit Odell is better than Landry. Landry's just a better football guy, like a better football locker room guy, and I think that's fine. I think if OBJ ends up on a team where he is, like, I think Green Bay is a good example of that.
He has not been. He has been a number one injured option his whole fucking career.
Yeah, but I think that's what it's going to be. I think he needs to go to a team where he feels, and I don't think Seahawks is that one. I don't think OBJ is going to come in and feel like DK Metcalf and Lockett are better than him. But if he went to a team like Green Bay,
I feel like he already knows that
Adams is better.
But I don't think he's ready to buy into Green Bay and having to pass block downfield to set up the plays for Adams the way Lazard and MVS do, and even their tight ends that run routes. I don't think he'll buy in.
He would.
I don't think he'll buy into it. I don't think he's going to commit to the block. That's the receivers that Rodgers loves. Is those that will put it out on the line for the team.
If you're Green Bay, you already got enough drama with fucking Rodgers. Do you really need Odell?
Yes, you need Odell. You can't play with Lazard. You can't play with Cobb, MVS. That's always what's killing them. Like I said, out of all the teams that I can think off the top of my head, I think that's the only team that he could go to. That would make sense, right? Like, obviously, if Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown didn't exist, he could go to like Tampa or something, right? But that's not going to happen. Like
they do
right now. I think it's just Green Bay. Then he has to play. He does. I think he would play second fiddle to someone that is legitimately better.
I don't see him getting more than 4 targets if he goes to Green Bay. 4 targets a game.
Yeah, and I think that's fine.
I think he gets game scripted out. I don't think he will actually be a value to that team on the offense.
If it wasn't for the ACL tear, I still think he would have it because he was pretty good last year when he did have his games. I just think it's going to be interesting because, like I said, Baker was the problem for that team. I mean,
they're a run first
team was a problem for the team, but it stemmed from Baker. It stemmed from Baker just not being good.
Baker does what Baker needs to do.
He's not good though.
Like Baker's better when OBJ's not on the field.
Yeah, he's a game manager, and that's fine. But my point is like that's what I'm getting at. I don't think OBJ's in that. I want to be part of a game managing team. I want to be like with a proven quarterback, a proven receiver, all that jazz. Like I said, this just reminds me a lot of DeMarcus Cousins. Like people believe for a long time DeMarcus Cousins could not play second fiddle. For the longest fucking time. First team he leaves, he goes to, he plays Anthony Davis. No fucking issues. 0 fucking issues. And I think that's what OBJ is.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly where I would put him at right now. I would put him in that DeMarcus Cousins type of situation. But yeah.
I like what Matt says there because I think that Baker is better for the Browns, and it's kind of the evidence that QB wins do have some type of value because he does lead that team to wins.
I think Baker Mayfield is worse than Alex Smith.
Wow. Better than early Alex Smith.
No, not early Alex Smith, but I would say KC Alex Smith. Like
KC
middle to end of Alex Smith is better than what Baker does right now.
Yeah, I could see that. What is Tua's status? He's they're going with Brissett. They're going with Brissett. And yeah, Baker is tough and fights hard for the Browns.
He is tough though. That is
I agree. Payne. They also did that with Mello, clap nuts. Wow.
These nuts.
I would take that trade.
Trade Swift and Cooks for McLaurin and Patterson. Absolutely all the way up. Run it. There's no reason why not to.
Yeah, I think Cordero at this point for this season is they can't script against him. Like it doesn't make any sense. Dude's so fucking good right now. I think he might be fucking juicy. I don't fucking know, but he is. He's fucking good.
He got a fucking 40-yard reception at the end of the game. Like,
Yeah.
To save the game. Like, they trust him not just out of the backfield making catches, lined up out wide. Put him anywhere on the field. Put the ball in his hands, let him move the ball down the field.
You got jokes, Justin. You got jokes. He's Robbie, XFL QB. Oh my gosh. I don't think Cam ever sees another NFL locker room, another NFL field again.
Cam, although I don't think he was the greatest quarterback by all means, I do love his smile. And I know that sounds weird. I love that he smiled when he fucking just did what he did. I like that photo of him when he got in that truck accident. He's just smiling out his fucking window. Like,
fuck.
Imagine the kind of fucking like guy you got to be to get into an accident, have your car flipped over, and then you're just like, yeah, like you're fucking like
it's gonna be okay. Like everything's fine.
It takes a special person to do that. You know, people give Cam all sorts of shit, and although I don't think he's that great because he overthrew quite a bit and now underthrows, his personality I think is why that fucking Panthers team did so well. Like, you know, he went out there
he did lead a team to a Super Bowl, even though he got his back blown out in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but yeah, the team played tough, so tough because he played tough. Imagine if your quarterback went out there, headbutted a linebacker to the ground, and then if you're a linebacker, you're gonna go out there and fucking just shit on people. You know? You don't have to.
Like, let's go.
Great. Sometimes you just got to you got to just motivate. That's what Tom Brady does. Tom Brady isn't playing lights out. He's just a fucking motivator.
Yeah.
Do you guys?
Anyone from Boston is like, Tom fucking Brady's a fucking god, my guy.
No, that bitch underthrows so much. Like Brandon Cooks is gonna have brain damage because of him. But the thing is Tom Brady's still a fucking motivator.
What were you about to say, Pat? I'm sorry.
Did you guys hear the mic'd up clip of Lamar Jackson, I think, from this week, where he was at the bottom of the pile laughing? Like he's got like a 300-pound guy on him, and he comes over to the sidelines and goes, "Why were you laughing down there?" He goes, "How'd you know I was laughing?" He goes, "You were mic'd up, and you were just laughing, sitting at the bottom of this pile after a rush."
Yeah,
like you just love the game, you love what you're doing.
The charismatic levelness of that is what I think gets people through. Like you can be talented as fuck, but be a piece of shit and just bring the team down. I mean, that's actually one of the things that Tannehill got a shit for was that he wasn't an asshole, but he wasn't great, but he just wasn't a leader. Like he was just like a guy being quarterback. And it actually used to, and I think from his teams, if you read about it, like it used to rub his team the wrong way. He was just like, I'm in here doing quarterback stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But and as much as I love fucking Tannehill, that is a problem. That's the opposite of what guys like Alex Smith did when they were in the locker room. When they failed, their defense failed. They go, nah, man, don't talk about quarterback like that. That was us, the defense. Marcus Peters came out and said, we failed Alex Smith. You know, that kind of shit. But no one ever said that about Tannehill whenever they would fucking lose. No one ever came up and said, we failed Tannehill. That was leadership issues at the time.
I mean, Jay Cutler had that issue as well.
Exactly. Talented as you can be, but if you're a fucking asshole, you're a fucking asshole.
Cam was an absolute stud. If Taylor Heineke can start for a team, Cam can start for a team. Cam's at the tail end of his career.
And that's okay, man. That's okay to be out early. He still had a pretty great career. He might even be a Ring of Honor guy for all we know for his fucking team.
I like this one here. The fact that Minnesota is actually good.
I hate Minnesota so much. They fucked us on that. Fucking man.
West 305 Tannehill's trash. But the fact that Minnesota is actually good.
They're good enough. They're good enough.
Justin Herbert kind of scares me, though. He hasn't been playing up into the level that I thought he would play. Some games he has, but these last
hasn't been the same.
Yeah, these last three have been very interesting. That he had good numbers this last week, but it definitely wasn't a good-looking game, if that makes sense.
The Vikings are plus 145 dogs, which makes honestly complete and total sense to me.
Do you think they take it out? Do you think the Vikings win it?
They can.
Yeah, they could.
I think they find a way to lose, though.
That's also the Viking way.
That's very much the Viking way.
Like, I'm looking forward to Vikings-Lions because one of those teams has to win. Unless it comes down to a tie. Like, the Vikings will find some way to mess things up. They let Lamar come back in that game. They let stupid stuff happen.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
I feel like if you need an upset this week, that's who you take.
But yeah, I don't think the Vikings are playing for the playoffs. I think they're hopeful to make the playoffs, but I don't think that's a reasonable thing. I think the Chargers know this is a game in their schedule they can't afford to lose with all the teams in their division all within half a game of each other.
Just an FYI, we are slowly getting closer to the Rams and Chargers possible Super Bowl. that bet, I think that was
That'd
like
be weird.
145 to 1 bet or something stupid like that.
That'd be weird if that happened. Like, and the Super Bowl's in LA this year.
Yeah, that's exactly why that bet was so funny. I really wish I would have put that in. I was trying to put it in, but I couldn't find a place to take. There's only a few places that were doing that bet, and I got a lot of shit from one of my coworkers. Oh, the Chargers are gonna go on a losing streak. They're trash. They're trash.
Oh yeah, it'll happen.
Huh?
The Chargers will do Chargers things.
But he
Like-
thought they wouldn't even make playoffs. Like he
When's
thought
the
there was zero chance in hell they would make playoffs.
When's the last time that they were in a Super Bowl?
Oh, probably a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, like, Dalvin was robbed with 2 touchdowns that last game.
He needs to get in the end zone.
Your lineman will always find a way to fucking hold or face mask or something to blow it for you.
So yeah, in addition to Dalvin just being injured and missing a couple games, like he hasn't found the end zone like he was last year.
Yeah.
I think if he was finding the end zone once a game like he was in 2020, I think we're having a whole different conversation about Dalvin Cook right now.
Yeah, I still think Dalvin's a top tier running back, bro. Like his
Def-
usage is so gross. It's so much.
Oh yeah,
he's not being. He doesn't have the screen passes to him anymore.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, like there's like, nope, we're not going to throw to Dalvin Cook out of the backfield and get him an open space where he has to make a linebacker miss and then can run for 20 yards. Why run that play? It doesn't make sense to run that play. Fuck Minnesota for that.
I don't know. Minnesota does Minnesota things.
Oh yeah,
I still
definitely.
like their team though. I still think that they're all good fantasy options. And
As a Packers fan, I love to see them do stuff to make them lose. But as a Dalvin Cook fan, like I enjoy watching Dalvin Cook. I think he's a ton of fun to watch. He's one of my favorite players that doesn't play for the Packers that I enjoy watching. But it's painful to watch him right now because of the play call.
yeah, man. I remember that one.
Yep.
I remember that, and we're never going to complain about Christian Kirk getting a touchdown.
Kirk Cousins.
Or
Kirk Cousins.
Or Kirk Cousins. Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, fuck that. Why did I just say that? Why did I fucking? I'm high as hell.
It's Kirk's, man. It's cool. It's all good.
I saw someone comparing Kirk Cousins to Tom Brady and saying Cousins would have been considered better if he had a better defense because he never had a good defense.
Ill.
Kirk is a fucking vampire. The minute that shit goes into primetime night, he's the opposite though. Like
But his numbers get better. His numbers get better. His win-loss goes away.
Yeah.
He can't win at night, but his numbers are actually better yards per
Oh, his
game.
numbers are actually better.
Turnovers.
Watching him play at night, it's like really embarrassing to watch sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the game, the stat line doesn't lie.
I think they do because you're looking at like the game pace, right? Like, sure, your numbers may look good at the end, but if you actually like watch his games, like his first halves are so atrocious.
Yo,
Like his first half of all games at night are just abysmal, and he just happens to have the numbers towards the end, right? Like, but at that point, your team is down. Your defense is worn the fuck out. Your offense isn't trying no more. The motivation's gone. Like, oh fuck, Kirk is gonna throw it again. At night, we're fucked. He's won, I think, like very minimal to no fucking primetime games.
yeah,
2. I think it's at 1 or 2 right now.
bro. I'll say this as a Washington football team fan, I'll take Kirk Cousins back right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got mistreated over there. They should have just paid the man.
Well, Jay Gruden fucking sucks. So
I think
like
he
that?
doesn't have a winning team right now if he was on your fucking team.
yeah,
Pretty sure
we would have a winning team by now. Yeah.
Now we're playing like, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Taylor Heineke. You don't even have your Dwayne Haskins anymore.
Well, fuck Dwayne Haskins. He's trash.
Can't even read a playbook. That is a very weird thing to not be able to do. But he's dyslexic though, right? Is that the reason?
That's what he said.
Okay.
That's what they say.
I mean, if that's true, that sucks. But at that same time, as an NFL team, you should be like, we should be thinking about this as our top 5 pick or top 7 pick.
And a girl named Macy.
Once you find that out,
Yeah, it's stupid.
Had sex
once
with
you
her
find
all
out,
day.
once you find that out, you figure out a way
Why?
to make it work. You figure out a way to explain it to him or break it down easier.
Or you just don't deal with it. Like you just move the fuck on. Because if you don't think you can overcome it, you move the fuck on.
Yeah. Yo. Never mind. Well, with Russ returning, that plus 145 for Seattle against Green Bay. Thoughts?
I hate this game. People always talk about rivalries. I think this is one of the weirdest rivalries in my head. Is the fucking Seahawks and fucking Packers. I don't think I've ever got this game right. Like 4 years. I don't think I've ever got the Seahawks Packers right. Every time we think the Packers are going to win, they get fucked or they lose to themselves. Or every time we think the Seahawks are going to win, it's something. I don't fucking know. I think if Russ comes back, it's not enough. I don't think it's enough.
Really?
I think he's going to have that game to get right. That Packers defense is better than people want to give him credit for. And Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback than Russ. I love Russ. He's probably my favorite quarterback in the league right now. He gives us short guys hope. And he's just he's an underdog guy, drafted after a punter, all this crazy shit. I love Russ to death. But Pete Carroll isn't doing him any favors. There's no run game on this fucking team. They're very one-dimensional, at least from what I can tell. Maybe you guys tell me differently. You guys watch the games a bit more than I do. The offense looks one-dimensional to me. And I think Green Bay just is going to beat them straight out. Just because I think offensively they're a little bit more sound. Defensively, they're much better. And there's just a lot to overcome from the Seahawks.
Russ or Kurt?
Play Kirk.
Yeah, play Kirk.
It's the Chargers, man. Their defense is
Justin. I like that. Pat, does this name give you nightmares?
Yes.
Jimmy?
Not even that so much. Pete Carroll is annoying to play against for the same thing Peng was talking about earlier with he randomly outcoaches the Packers, pulls things off,
or the Packers losing
smacks his gum for 3.5 hours and somehow manages to pull off a win against Green Bay. That's a whole other thing. Packers are getting should be getting David Bakhtiari back. They have to activate him to the active roster this week, or he has to sit out the entire season. He was activated off IR 3 weeks ago, so he has to play, or at least be on the 53-man coming to the
active roster. Yeah.
So Packers getting their All-Pro left tackle back, even at 70%, is still better than 80% of the left tackles in the league. I'd be worried about a few false starts from him, just from him being jumpy or a little twitchy, but overall I think it'll be much better for the Packers. And you also have to remember that Aaron Rodgers isn't getting a week of practice with the team. He's still having to communicate over Zoom with the team, and he won't be actually able to throw the ball to his receivers at all this week. So even if he does play, which he likely will, it'll be on very limited reps with his receivers.
Good point.
So if you're looking at taking the over, like the more or less on Rodgers, if it's anywhere north of like 245, smash the less. Because I don't think he's not hitting more than that with 2 weeks away from the team.
That's fair. I like it. I mean, if he's 2 weeks away from the team, I think Russ has been gone longer.
Yeah.
Russ has at least been able to be in the facility with his team. He's been able to be on the field with people as he's going through his simulated games, like you would see from a MLB pitcher who's out of his rotational number because of a rain delay, where he's throwing a simulated game.
Yep.
Justin just made a good point, and that's why I think how I feel about it is like A-Rod's fine. He knows the playoff. He knows the books. He knows how to do everything. He's been playing really well. Short of week 1 and 2, like Aaron Rodgers has been great.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's what I'm
people
saying.
are going to have a stigma for his week 1 to losing to the Saints, but after that, like he was fucking fine and dandy for the most of the season now.
Yeah.
So, and something that doesn't get talked about is that game was moved to Jacksonville, where Aaron Rodgers has never done well.
Yeah,
due to the heat. No, like for real, it's a real thing. So like you got a player who just reported to camp very late, who's not in the best conditioning shape, going to an extreme heat and to a place where they can't. It's not the same.
No, you're right. Yeah. And we're just poking fun, but yeah.
I know. Oh, I know we're poking fun. My favorite thing was that they another thing towards Jacksonville is that they chose it because there are no direct flights from Appleton or Green Bay Airport.
Yep.
Into Jacksonville.
Yep.
What a dick move.
So that fans couldn't travel because Packer fans travel very well.
Is Kyler gonna be back healthy this week? Should he return for the Cardinals?
I didn't look at that, and even if he did, I just don't care. I think that's why I'm not looking at it because I just don't fucking care about starting Kyler in my leagues.
Really?
He hasn't been good these last like fucking 4 weeks. Let me pull up the stats.
You would not start Kyler.
I feel and I drafted Kyler in 1 league out of like 9. Or was it 8 leagues, and I regret drafting him. Like it's just been terrible. His Green Bay game, 0 touchdowns, 2 INTs. His Houston game was good. His Cleveland game was good. His San Francisco game was 1 touchdown, 0 INTs. His LA game was 2 touchdowns, 0 INTs. His Jacksonville is 0 touchdowns, 1 INT. Like the yardage is there, hit and miss. But I've had for a guy that you drafted in the 5th, I don't fucking want it. I don't want nothing to do with it anymore.
Let's see.
And I feel like he's just gonna be that type of guy where
he gave you 32, 35, and then 14. Green Bay was the 14. Okay, but then the week before against San Fran, he gave you 16. But then he still gave you 33 and 23 the week before. Week 2, 48. Like, he's QB8. He's QB8.
Yeah, AJ Green turns around. He's got 20 points in that Green Bay game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actually, no, 22. At least in 4 point, that's 20. 22 because you take away the interception.
Yeah, he definitely do it, but there's a lot of guys that put up 22 that didn't cost me a 5th rounder.
Well, right now
that QB8,
but that cost has already been.
Well, my point, yeah. If you're already paid for him, yeah, it's fine.
He's already paid for it,
so you paid for him as a QB 1 to 3, and he's QB8. That's not good.
You're right.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying from that perspective.
But in the sense of your redraft season, if he's on your roster, you're likely starting him.
And even if he's on my roster, I think I would rather play Joe Burrow.
Oh, well, absolutely.
But that's the point. I have teams that are like that, where I have Joe Burrow because I stopped playing Kyler for some games. Kyler isn't someone I would say is matchup proof.
Yeah, I mean, you got Burrow who's right behind him at QB9.
Yeah. But he's also got a hurt ankle right now that I don't trust his mobility.
Yeah, I don't trust
his rushing is not what it was in 2020 either.
And this is that's exactly my point. Like now that his running is going to be down, now that his ability to run the touchdown is down, now that his receivers are like, why am I playing this guy? Why am I playing Kyler? I don't have Chase Edmonds and James Conner. I got James Conner. I don't think he's a smash start at this point. And his numbers have been dwindling week to week. Like he went from throwing 300 to 400 yards to now 2.
They were. That was a very good Lions team, very good Lions defense.
And we're talking about in
How about Stu? Fucking Stu week.
They had a few really good pieces there that were.
Damn, you got those guys.
They got screwed by the refs. I'll say that as a Packer fan. They got screwed by the refs in the Dallas game.
Last time we played the Lions, was 20-15, but this is a whole different Lions squad now. I'm not fucking worried about the Lions right now. They're not doing anything to try and win.
Dude, I missed that 2014 Lions team. It was a little funny when they lost. They lost to the Cowboys, I believe, right?
Yeah, they had a pass interference flag picked up.
Yeah,
that was very clear. He literally just ran through the tight end, and then Sue got held on like 2 or 3 straight plays after that turnover. That
I had just started fantasy football around that era, like around 2013-12.
Yep,
and I actually drafted Dez and DeMarco Murray that year because both were going to contract years. Both were like DeMarco was super discounted because of his like injuries and etc. Fucking shat on all my leagues. All my leagues had Dez and DeMarco. Fucking just crapped on everybody. Fucking that was a great year. And then fucking Dez after that just wasn't the same. DeMarco a little bit, like 2 years, 3 years out of the league, but man, that year with DeMarco was insane. He had a fucked up hand against the Seahawks. He had like a broken hand, and he still fucking put up like 19 points. Also, that
Saints fight was sick. I remember that. Yeah. If we lose to the Lions on Sunday, I hope we end up 7-10. Oh my god.
That Lions loss was very much felt like the NFL wanted to keep the Cowboys in the playoffs because they were going to sell more tickets and have more viewership than having.
To be fair, they got fucked in that Green Bay game, though. I mean, I still think that I know the Cowboys would have still lost. That Aaron Rodgers was smoking in that game. So whether they scored or not, it didn't matter. I still think that Green Bay would have smoked them eventually because that game was really bad if you remember the defense on the Cowboys. But I think it would have been a higher scoring game.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Well, at the end of the day, like looking back in hindsight, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I remember watching. I was like, I had betted on the Cowboys to cover the spread, not to win. And I remember going, "Fuck, they're gonna fuck my spread," because they didn't get the catch touchdown. And I was like, everyone's like, "Oh man, the Cowboys were gonna win." I'm like, "No, they weren't." It was like 3 minutes left on the clock, and I was like, Aaron Rodgers just gonna smoke them on the sidelines. And that's what ended up happening. He's just sidelined them all the way up there and scored again.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't matter. Like, it realistically didn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week of football. We got some good matchups this week.
Aaron Rodgers is a bad man.
Bad man. Dez called at people. Oh, my gosh.
He did. He fucking did. And I still stand by that shit. Even the NFL turned back on it.
No. I mean, no. No, I'm a hater. Yeah, I'm a fucking hater.
Hey man, give props to Dez. He had like a rough ass childhood and still made it out for the most part. Still a wackadoodle, but props to him. It was fun to watch the 8 years he was in.
Yeah, he was good while he was in. I'm trying to see here. I don't want to go too heavy into the slate because we're gonna do that. Both Friday night and Sunday morning. But definitely, interesting slate of games to come this week. A couple of divisional matchups for some teams. A couple of tough pick'ems. That you're gonna have to really trust your gut instinct and your intuition here. This week. See what upsets you can find. Browns being at plus 120 now. It's like, okay, that sounds good. Maybe you need Minnesota to like pull something out, right? Just different matchups like that. Maybe you do need the Seahawks as an upset, or the Raiders to upset the Chiefs,
If anything does, I think it is the Raiders. The Raiders are just fucking assholes with the Chiefs coming to town. I have no idea.
It's a rivalry. It's a rivalry.
Yeah, but it's not just a rivalry. I feel like they just straight up fucking hate them. It's like they just hate Vegas when they come into town. I remember a year where like the Raiders were like 0-8 or some ridiculously shitty ass fucking record, and they come in with the Chiefs and the Chiefs get fucking slapped all over the field. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Bro, it'll probably happen this weekend. So that one's
pretty sure they sacrifice like 5 goats before the fucking game starts because they fucking up there. They just get supernatural abilities against the
Chiefs. I mean, it's that divisional shit. It's that divisional matchup. That's why like when I brought up the Jets thing, like I worry about that with Mike White coming back. Washington needs a team name. What the fuck is going on? We'll be releasing that team name at the end of the season. And yes, it is a poverty franchise, but fuck it, it's my poverty franchise. Damn it.
Yeah, I would. It's still better than the Lions. You guys are still better than
exactly.
the Lions.
Still better than the Lions.
The
I'll say
Lions are the
this.
only
Y'all
team.
just hating. See, now y'all are just hating.
I'm very excited.
Rose is a good name.
Yes, it's a meh name. I am excited for this week though, with 7 out of the 14 matchups being not having either team at either plus 200 or minus 200. So
Yeah.
7 of the games are all very close. Should make things very interesting going into the week.
Yeah, it's a good slate. It's a good slate. We're not going to keep you guys too long tonight. Maybe the Purple Cobras. That has nothing to do with anything Washington Burners. What if the Wizards change their name from the Bullets to the Wizards? What makes you think that Burners is going to go over in the year 2021? Like, no, this is not a freaking rap song. Damn it, it's a football team.
Washington Wipers. No, wipe your ass. Wipe your ass with the team.
I just like how like Steelers Nation's photos of him pointing at you too, like it's like the Washington Wipers, just like it all.
Hey, it's all good. He's just upset that we ruined their perfect little streak last year, and we were the reason that all their hopes came crashing down. That's all that is. Washington's. What the fuck? Pat, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me at St. Patrick FF on Twitter. I have a website that I haven't really updated much that is in my description and my bio. And you can also find me right here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network on YouTube. On Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays, and Mondays.
When he's like, oh, I'm breathing, I'm coming on, I'm here. All right.
Yep.
Peng, what you got?
You can catch me at Peg's Picks FF. You mostly see me here on Fridays and Sundays, but I was actually able to check my Twitter today, so I hopped in today too. Went viral again off one random meme. It was funny. I can't believe that. It's always nice to go randomly viral on something, so that's where you'll catch me.
Original content.
Yeah. Catch me on SportsMe. I haven't been on. Actually, was going to hop on after the show, so I'll be on SportsMe. I have another random question to ask people because you'll see it in a second. Nothing crazy. And then you'll see me tomorrow. Sorry, Friday, 2 days from now. Yeah,
Friday, yeah. Tomorrow we have Thursday pregame show, and then we go right into Thursday night play-by-play. And then Friday, we're off Saturday. Friday's Rumboyz After Dark. We're off Saturday.
We're doing a show tomorrow with Jorge, right?
Oh, that was today.
I thought he was doing one tomorrow.
That was today. We did it today.
Oh, he messaged me hella late then.
He messaged me hella late.
You guys got invited?
No, he said, oh, that was yesterday. Oh, shit.
Or today.
I don't check my Twitter enough.
It was today. Oh, gosh.
Have a happy Veterans Day to everyone. Thank you to all who served.
Salute to our veterans. We appreciate you. Paying. Let's go take advantage of all of our fucking discounts tomorrow, bro.
Oh my God. My wife always tries to. She's always like, "You need to go out there and say you're." I'm like, "No."
I don't want to. I'm like,
let me be Group D on a flight, please. She's like, "No, we're gonna be Group." I was like, "Why be Group A when we're gonna sit in the back?" It's just the point of the matter. It's the principle.
Yeah,
it's using your benefits or whatever the hell.
Thank you for being that way. I really appreciate that from you guys because that means a lot to see that from other people, to not see people throwing the veteran status out to get things, but rather because you wanted to serve and you chose to serve.
Oh gosh, I fucking don't do it. I do carry my war bag stuff just because I like the bag. I've been using it for like
ever for years. Yeah,
but I never use it to go like, hey, like just fucking served like that kind
of. I will not be wearing my United States Air Force shirt tomorrow. Like I'm not gonna be that douche.
Especially in comparison to what I did in the service compared to like my real Marine friends, like they did real shit. I'm not even gonna try to like insult them with that.
Yeah. We're signing out. We love you guys. I'm gonna get sleep because I need a fucking nap. because today has been long. Peace, y'all. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the wrong boys and girls want to do. Dilly dilly.